Hi students, welcome back. I hope you have completed part 1 and part 2 video. Now let's get into part 3 video of chapter 6 control structures. Let's quickly see what are the previous topics. Okay, we have discussed about three different types of control structures. They are sequential, alternative or branching, iterative or loop. So we have completed all this. Now under control structure we have one more topic that is called as jump statements. So let us see what are the jump statements in Python. Now let's quickly get into the video. Let's see what are the topics we are going to discuss today. Okay, now we are going to see about jump statements in Python, that is break statement, continue statement and pass statement. These are the three statements you are going to learn today, and it is all about jump statement, and this is the last topic of chapter 6. We have learned about iterative statement. So condition will be given, based on the condition action block will be executed for multiple times. But jump statement is not like that. Jump statements in Python is used to unconditionally transfer the control from one part of the program to another, which means whenever the jump statement is read by the interpreter, it jumps from one part of the program to another. Let's see what are the three keywords. We do have break, continue and pass. These three are the keywords used to achieve jump statement. All the three keywords will be explained with example, but now let's see the definition. Break statement terminates the loop containing it. And continue. Continue statement starts with next iteration. Finally, pass statement in Python programming is a null statement. So all these three keywords will be explained individually in detail with single program. So let's try it with one single program so that you can understand better, because every keyword is different and it gives different output. So with the same program, when we try, it will be more clear, the concept will be more clear. So let's quickly get into online editor and check the program. Okay, this is Python online editor. I will give this link in the description. Please do try the program. Okay, here I have written a program based on for loop. In C++, by looking at the for statement, you can say how many times the action block will be executed. That is, number of times can be said by looking at the statement, for statement. Same way here also, we do have variable I. Initial value of I is 1 and the target is less than 10. That is the meaning here. So how many times it works? Initial value is 1, target is I should be less than 10. So total 9 times. Less than 10 means the last number is 9. So total 9 times this action block will be executed. And what is asked to print here? Each time the value of I is asked to print, and we need space. That's why, see, we need space between every single number. So we write here, after I you should write comma end equal to, inside single quotes give a space, and every time it will be printed with a single space. And finally, out of the loop we have written a statement for to say that the program is over. So I have written just thank you. Let's run the program. Look at the output, all the numbers are printed with space. Now let's get back to the program. And here I'm going to add a statement after for loop. That is, let's add if statement, and I'm going to compare the variable I with any number. Okay, for now let's take 5 and end up with colon to make it as if statement. Now here this particular line will be the action block. Here I'm going to add the keyword break. Now what is the meaning of this loop? This particular loop will run for 9 times, and the action block is if statement. Inside that we do have break and one more print statement. These three lines are the action block for loop. Now what happens here? if I equal to 5. So each time for every execution the value of I is compared with 5. So up to 4 the given condition will be false, so break statement will not be executed. Fifth time I value is 5 and it is compared, the given condition is satisfied, so break statement will execute and this particular line will be skipped. It will terminate the loop. Again still 4 more times are there to execute, but still the loop will be terminated. Let's see the output. Look at the output 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, the remaining numbers are not executed because the loop is terminated. Finally, we got the last print statement which is outside the loop, that is thank you. So that is what about break statement. Break will terminate the loop. Okay, I hope you have understood break statement. In the same program, instead of break, let's give continue and check the result. Okay, now what happens here? Let me explain what will be the procedure. Again, for loop is going to work for 9 times, and here we do have the condition if I equal to 5. We know that for the fifth time condition will be true. So what happens? Continue keyword will be executed. The meaning of continue, it will go back to the loop again. Continue from the beginning, that is the meaning. So whenever continue keyword is read, it will not execute the remaining part. The immediate line will not be executed, instead it will go back to the loop again. So let's see the output. Okay, look at the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is missing, 6, 7, 8, 9, and thank you. Why 5 is missing there? Okay, for the fifth time condition is true, at that time continue is executed. So the immediate line is not executed, it will go back to the loop. So after the keyword continue only we do have print statement, that is not executed. It will not execute the immediate line, instead it will go back to the loop and continue from the loop, that is the meaning. So that particular number, that is 5, will not be executed because after continue only we do have print statement. This continue keyword is not going to give the chance for print statement to execute, so it go back to the loop. That is the thing happened. Okay, I hope you have understood this continue. Let's check the other keyword pass in the same program. Okay, so pass is a null statement, so it is not going to do any operation here. So let's see the program. For loop will execute 9 times. Here the condition, it will be true for the fifth time and the interpreter will read the keyword pass. No operation will be done, it will go back to the next line and so on. It repeats for the remaining time. When the condition is false, it reads thank you. So let's run the program. Okay, now look at the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Finally the last printout statement thank you is also printed. So that is all about pass. There is no operation to be performed and it is a null statement. Okay children, I think you have understood all the 3 concepts. So let's quickly get into the recap, that is what all topics we have discussed. In chapter 6 we do have 4 different topics, that is sequential, alternative or branching, iterative or looping, and the final topic is jump statements in Python. So I have uploaded total 3 videos. In the part 1 video we have discussed about sequential and alternative, and part 2 video is only for iterative or looping, and the final video is for jump statement, that is this video. So that's all for today, and do read the text and please work out all the programs. Either use Python ideally or online editor.